What's up, YouTube? I'm back. Just a few short days since the last video, the part one of what am I watching in October video. There will be a part two coming mid-month. In the meantime, I've got something I want to talk about. You might have guessed from the title below what we're going to be doing today. My first unboxing. At least my first unboxing that's still available on the channel. I think I did maybe one or two before, back in the old days. They're gone. I don't generally do unboxings, but I got a pack in the mail today. I'm super fucking stoked about. Here it is. Fragile. Let me preface what we're about to get into with a bit of a story, a bit of a rant. This is probably just me and an issue of my own, and nothing to be reflected upon the shop in question. You know, like many of you, probably most of you who watch this channel, being a collector, being an obsessive compulsive buyer of vinyl, of music that I'm a fan of, I've got a Discogs account, obviously. I've talked plenty about Discogs. And if you also have a Discogs account, you are likely just as familiar as I am with the daily emails sent out by the Discogs team alerting you to items on your want list that have come up for sale. Now here in the Seattle area, I am #blessed to have some of the best brick and mortar shops in the Pacific Northwest. Now, Portland, I believe, beats us as far as sheer quantity of record shops. And they definitely have a couple more niche shops than we've got up here. But the heart and soul that my favorite record shops up here put into their business, I think, honestly, can't be topped. I've got 3-4 shops that I'm pretty dedicated to supporting as brick and mortars, and they're awesome. And with, you know, the big push towards e-commerce that happened during the pandemic, a lot of these record stores now are trying to reflect what they have in the store on Discogs. Not just on Discogs, but Store Envy websites, big cartel websites. I've got a record that's been on my want list for a long time. It's not a cheap record. It's not a necessarily expensive record, but it's not a cheap record. Happened to come up in a notification that I received about 2 weeks ago at a, not a super local, but local down in Tacoma record shop. I'm not going to name the actual name of the shop, but I said Tacoma. Your powers of deduction ought to be able to help you figure out where. That is, see, I'm going on a tangent at this point. I pulled the trigger. It's the point of the story. I pulled the trigger as soon as I saw that the record was available from them, and I was going to do an in-store pickup. And within 10 minutes of purchasing the album, I got an email notifying me that my money had been refunded, the order on Discogs had been canceled, and there was an email stating that they had just sold the record in the store right before I made my purchase. Now you say, I literally just sold this before you made the purchase. I'm kind of immediately suspect. They haven't relisted the record at this point, but it was going for a rate that I had never seen it for, very low. And part of me questions whether they realized that after I made the purchase and decided to reprice it and sell it in store only. You're a business owner, you do what you want with your business, especially if it's a record shop, but I'm firmly of the belief that if you want to sell in multiple avenues, whether it's in your brick and mortar shop, on your Store Envy website, on your Discogs website, keep the rare shit off of those. Sell them in the store. Put them on the wall, sell them in the store. That's how it's always been done. Anyway, just a gripe, just a point of contention. Within a week of that time, I started really paying attention to that record. And about a week later, I saw it come up from a seller Not much more expensive than that initial price. So I snagged it. And I snagged another record that has likely been on my list just as long. And I got that package in the mail today. I'm super fucking stoked. I'm not going to be saying a whole lot about these records. I just want to show them. I did pre-cut this box. Actually, I started filming this video prior to this version you're seeing now, but had to regulate because one of the cats was getting out of control. So let's get into this. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, hell yes. This is awesome. I've never even seen this version of this record in person. I've seen the represses that have come out since. However, the record we've got here today, damn, I did not spend that much money on it. Indigesti, Osservati dal Inganno, Italian hardcore, fucking crucial. If you're not familiar with Indigesti, they were essentially considered to be the Italian Bad Brains. TVOR Records, this is an original press from... fuck, what year did this come out? Insert. Mint. Oh, man. So stoked. This is a mid-80s. 86, I think. Fucking just hyped. What else we got in here? Order form. Another Indigesti release is on here. T-shirts. 12 Liar. Killer. Like I said, this is crucial Italian punk. I put this, as far as Italian punk goes, put this up there with Raw Power. If I'm honest, Screams from the Gutter. It's not the same sound. Like I said, they sound like Bad Brains. And that is not a gripe. It's awesome. Super fast, super vicious, super scathing. Killer. Yeah, 86 on this reissue. This is not type. Wait, no, this is an original press. The original press came out on cassette. I didn't do any research prior to starting this video, so forgive me. 86 repress from an 85 record, excuse me. So it is a repress. Still, really hyped. You got the TVOR label on there, the inner. Just killer. Let's look at the vinyl, shall we? Gonna have to put a new inner in there. Oh, that's fucking clean. Just fucking stoked. My level of stoked right now is a little bit off the charts. Super hyped. So, let's look at the second record that came. Oh, man. Killer. This is an OG. 1986. Fuck. Negazione. More Italian hardcore. This is a little bit more metallic than the Indigesti. Just as crucial, just as vital, just as hard to come by, really, these days. Not as expensive as the one I just showed, and the price tags on the sleeves is not at all what I paid. I paid a lot less. Must have decided to mark this shit down. Original inner. Lyrics in Italian. as well as English. That's a nice touch. Lo Spirito Continua. Just fucking sick. Sick, sick. So hyped. These are, I would call these essential hardcore records. Now, I know you might see that Indigesty cover and think, well, that cover is pretty strange looking. Looks like a posy, hardcore, possibly funky sort of thing. The cover is not reflective at all of what the Indigesty sounds like. This is another kind of cover that makes you question the decision behind it. You got Our Gang doing a boxing match. Look at these kids, literally kids, playing what would become some of the most essential legendary hardcore from their country. I'll tell you, much like Italian metal, Italian hardcore, even Spanish hardcore from the Basque area, has its own distinctive sound in a lot of cases that's just different from what you hear in other hardcore bands. Like I said, the Indigesty definitely copying their sound from Bad Brains, but they also do mix in a lot of their own ideas. It doesn't just come off as derivative. And the same with this. This is hardcore that could be likened to anything that was coming out of the US on Revelation or Discord or Tang at the time. But again, they retain their own identity by just injecting odd little moments that are identifiable as being Italian. That might sound, I don't know, stupid. This was released by Mortem out of San Francisco. And that's kind of a bit of the sound that you could expect if you're familiar with the Mortem sound. There you go. That's it though. That's all I've got. 2 records. Super hyped. I want to get spinning these ASAP. A little bit of a different type of video for me. I've got another one I'll probably be uploading within the next 2 or 3 days, and it's just going to be kind of a roundup of what's been spinning. I pulled a lot of old shit off of the shelves to spin because I hadn't spent a lot of time with them in a long time, and it's all hardcore that is from areas outside of the US. So we're going to get into that next, and then after that probably be that part 2 of what's playing on the DVD player, Blu-ray player, 4K player in October. That said, hope you dug it. Thank you for watching, and again, comment below. I respond all the time, every time. Maybe not 6 months, 8 months, a year down the line from now. But the dialogue, the discourse, the back and forth, it's a huge reason of why I still do this after, 7, 8 years now. I appreciate all the support I get here. Still at about 2,000 subs. Still seems kind of insanely high to me. And if you're one of those, I thank you. And I appreciate you stopping by and engaging the channel. That said, as I end every video, be awesome. Don't be shitty. And take care of yourselves. Later, YouTube.